Welcome to Resourceinn's Payroll module. In this guide, I'll walk you through a streamlined process on payroll management, which includes creating, running, and finalizing payroll effectively. Payroll is essential to more than just employee compensation. It's a cornerstone of any organization's operations. Timely and accurate payments build trust and morale among employees. It ensures adherence to tax laws and contributions while minimizing errors in allowances, deductions, and benefits. A streamlined payroll process saves time and enhances overall efficiency. With Resourceinn's payroll module, managing payroll becomes simple, efficient, and accurate. Now, let's explore how to do it effectively. In Resourceinn's HRMS, we will go through 6 steps as follows. 1. Creating disbursement bank. 2. Creating payroll. 3. Run the payroll. 4. Editing and rerun the payroll. 5. Closing payroll. 6. Generating the payroll bank release report. So let me take you to the portal and dive into the steps. Step 1. Creating disbursement banks. These banks handle salary payments, so it's important to set them up correctly. Here's how. First, navigate to the payroll section from dashboard, then go to settings here. You'll find disbursement banks, click on it. Click to create. Here you can see multiple fields regarding company's bank details. You can easily fill them up. I'm assuming bank name standard chartered. Branch name, let's name it Hadfield London Branch. In the branch code, I'm assuming 1212. Account title, let's say I'm assuming ABC Private Limited. Account number can be this. Effective date. This is the date which we'll select from when this account can be used in the payroll process of your company. You can also use any back date of your choice. I'm selecting here November 1st, 2024. Description if you want to add anything just for the reference. You also can create multiple bank accounts by creating them like this. But remember, the values I entered are the assumptions based, but you need to fill the fields according to your company's name or policy. Simply click Save. Once the disbursement bank is ready, it's time to create payroll. This involves defining the payroll period, selecting employees, and ensuring salary components like allowances and deductions are in place. Let's move to the portal, go to the payrolls, and simply click Create. So let's assume I want to create payroll. I have already prepared tax structures and pay items as well. I just need to run the payroll. So let's name this payroll General Payroll. Select currency here. I'm taking rupee. You can take as per your company's policy. Tax structure, which I created in previous video. If you want to check how to create tax structures, you can watch the video by finding link in the description. Here I'm selecting tax structure 2024 to 2025. Tax applicable checkbox, you have to mark this checkbox if you want tax to be deducted in this payroll cycle. But if you don't want tax to be deducted in this payroll cycle, simply leave it unmarked. Here I'm marking it. Now payroll processing, here you can see button one side saying process from date. And if you turn button on right side by just clicking on it, you can see the process at month end. If button is on process on date, what will happen is you can see a field appeared named payroll processing date. Here I need to specify date on which the payroll will run. So let's assume if I type here 20, the payroll for the month cycle will be the 21st of last month to the 20th of this month. But if I turn the button to process at month end, payroll cycle will start from first to last date on this month. Here I'm turning the button to process at month end. Next is applicable days. Again, here is a button for actual and fixed. If I turn applicable days button to actual, the earning will be of whole month's number of days, including off days as well. But if I turn applicable days button to fixed, you can see there will be a field appeared, number of days here. I can turn it into fixed number of days. For example, there are 22 number of working days and earnings will be considered of 22 days per month. Here I'm turning the applicable days to actual for better and simple understanding. Now company bank here, you can select the bank as we have created in our last step. Here I'm selecting standard chartered, and now in the description you can provide any details just for your reference. Adding pay items in the payroll is essential to ensure accurate, transparent, and detailed salary calculations. So let's add some pay items on which you want salary of your employees calculated. I'm taking pay items from the drop-down menu here. I'm searching for basic salary here, select it. Now adding other pay items as well, like medical allowance, and select it. Cost of living allowance, and select it. Internet allowance, and select it. 5% of gross salary for medical OPD, and select it. $3,000 for gym, and select it. Sales commission and bonus on sales. Now you can see there's a pay item named tax already added because I have checked the tax applicable box. If I leave that box unchecked, no tax will be applied on this payroll cycle. These are the pay items I picked, are just for your good understanding. You have to pick pay items as per your company's policy. System will automatically calculate and apply each pay item to each employee. For example, if an employee is not eligible to take sales commission because he is from another department, the system will not add sales commission to that employee, and it'll not appear on their payslip and salary sheet. Now you can see there are some other columns here like taxable, arrear applicable, final settlement, calculate only. I'll mark taxable checkboxes to earnings pay items like basic salary, COLA, sales commission, bonus on sales. You can do it according to your company's policy. Then, arrear applicable column, this is required because if, let's say, October month salary of an employee which he received is $3,000, and company decided in the November month's mid that from 1st October his earning will be $4,000. The remaining salary of $1,000 will be carried forward to next payroll cycle as an arrear on earnings. We'll mark checkboxes of pay items through which employee will get increment. I'm marking here basic salary and cost of living allowance. You can do as per your company's policy. Next is final settlement column. Suppose an employee is leaving your company. What pay items should be involved in his final settlement on leaving company if they are applicable to his or her profile? I'm marking these checkboxes here. You can do as per your company's policy. Now you can see there is another column for calculate only. You can mark those pay items you want to calculate only and not show them on salary sheet. And payslip here, I'm leaving it. Now that you have prepared the payroll, it's time to save it. Here you can see the payroll is created. Now let's move to our next step, that is step 3, run the payroll. Let's move to the portal. Now I'll tell you how to run the payroll. Navigate to this run button and click on it. You can see name is not editable here. I'm marking this calculate attendance checkbox because if I mark this, attendance will be recalculated as if there are some changings in attendance management can be reassured and implemented because attendance and time is also a part of paying salary in my company. You also can leave it or as per your company's policy. Now, cut off at month-end checkbox. Suppose you calculate according to 26th of last month to 25th of this month because you need 2 to 5 days for payroll approvals and other operations with finance department, and employee earnings will be dispersed on 1st of every month. You'll leave cut off at month-end checkbox. Here I'm marking this checkbox because I want default setting on attendance calculations. Now month, select month from which you want to run payroll for. Here I'm selecting November 2024. System will automatically fetch dates because I used the default setting while creating payroll. Now you can see there's another field for attendance calculation. It is related to cutoff month-end checkbox. If you leave that checkbox, you can alter attendance calculation period. For example, the 27th of last month to the 26th of this month. One thing to remember, if you run payroll next month, the end date of last month attendance will be carried forward to start of this month as default. The system will calculate earnings on the monthly basis or as per your company's policy. Here, as I marked cutoff month end, checkbox attendance will remain default. Simply run payroll. Oops, I have run the payroll, but now I forgot to add 2 pay items. What should I do? Here comes our next step. That is step 4, edit the payroll, then rerun. Now let's move to the portal. Navigate to this edit icon and click on it. Now you can see the payroll I have created earlier, and all things here are as per I created. You can change any settings from here and also add or remove any item. I forgot to add mobile allowance and fine pay item, so I can add them here, click on add. And now I'm selecting pay item for fine and also adding pay item for mobile allowance. And simply click Save. Now that I have edited the payroll, I need to rerun the payroll now. To implement the changes for this, navigate to this Run button and click on it, select month as I'm selecting November 2024. And simply click Run Payroll. You can do it multiple times as well. One more thing you can do to verify how's everything going on and how it is implemented on each employee profile, you can go to this icon salary sheet, and by clicking on it, you can see how each pay item is implemented and what types of pay items are present here, plus information on each employee like earnings, deductions, and reimbursements. You can click on any employee. Here, you can see how each pay item is implemented and what formulas and calculations are used in their profile, plus their net pay on this employee profile for this payroll cycle. If you want to edit anything missing, you can simply edit and rerun payroll. Now that everything is approved and picture perfect to me, and there is no need to change the settings or anything because this is final. I need to close payroll to disperse salaries and pay slips. Remember that closing payroll is a critical step to lock the data and prepare for salary disbursement. Once closed, no further changes can be made for this payroll cycle or this month. So moving to our next step, that is closing payroll. Now let's move to the portal, navigate to this close button, click on it. You can see system pop up a warning sign saying, "Are you sure you wish to close this payroll? Once done, it cannot be reverted." I'm click on yes. Remember one more thing. This created payroll will be recurring and can be used for coming months as well. For that, you simply can edit payroll if there are some changes in calculations and pay items, and then simply run payroll by selecting next month and then close. One more thing, you also can create multiple payrolls for different categories or department distribution of employees as well. For that, you'll create another payroll first, and then you'll go to the specific category or department's employee profile and set their applicable payroll on each employee's profile. And here we go. Our payroll cycle for November month 2024 is closed successfully, which leads us to our last step, that is step 6, generating the payroll bank release report. The final step is generating the payroll bank release report. This report provides all the details needed to release salaries through the disbursement bank. Go to the Reports section in the Payroll module. Click on Payrolls tab. You can see there is a list of reports. Find Release to Bank Report. Click on 3-dot menu and then simply click on Generate. Now, you can see there is a section of filter you can choose according to your scenario. Here in the month section, I'm selecting November 2024 and simply click on Search. You can now see system has already developed a report for this November month as per predefined format. Now navigate to Actions, and from this drop-down, I'm clicking on Export to download sheet for it. Now I can use this Excel sheet for company's bank account to disperse salaries to the employees. That's it. You've now learned how to create and manage payroll efficiently using Resourceinn. Managing payroll doesn't have to be complicated, and with the right tools, it becomes seamless. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. See you in the next tutorial.